Fabulous people, welcome to Greece, one of my favorite destinations in the world. If this is your first time watching my videos, hi, my name is Anastasia. And today I'm going to share with you how to plan your first trip to Greece. Everything from where to go in Greece, best way to travel Greece, what to eat in Greece, all the top Greece travel tips, and so much more. Now, before we begin, please remember to smack that like button. And if you're new to my channel and my vibe, and the vibe of this channel resonates with you, please consider subscribing. All right, now let's begin. All right, tip number 1. Do not pack your trip to Greece with too many Greek islands. If this is your first time traveling to Greece, then I recommend to focus on just a couple or a few Greek islands. Of course, it depends for how long you're staying in Greece. Now, let me break it down for you in more details. If you're wondering where to travel in Greece, I would definitely start with Athens for 2-3 days. By the way, I have lots of videos on Athens, 10 things to do in Athens, Greece, where to eat in Athens, what not to do in Athens, and much more. And then 1-2 islands, depending again for how long you're in Greece. If you're here for about a week, I would say 1 island, unless you're going to places like Paros, where you can take a ferry and in 7 minutes you can be exploring a nearby island of Antiparos. If you plan on traveling in Greece for more than a week, then you can definitely see a few Greek islands. I personally have a golden rule where I spend at least 2-3 days in each place. But of course, it depends on your style of traveling. If you're go, then you can definitely squeeze in more islands. If you're like me, who likes to just sit, relax, enjoy, then you can definitely take as much time as you need in each place. I personally spend at least 7 to 10 days on each island. Now, since your second place to travel in Greece will probably be one of the islands, it is important to choose the right one or ones for you. Which island you choose will depend on your budget, whether you want to relax or to party, and/or if you prefer a laid-back beach vacation or to actively see and explore. For example, if you're going for the best beaches, Paros and Naxos might be a better option for you rather than Santorini. Of course, I have videos on the best beaches in Santorini and best beaches in Paros for you in the description below. If you're into partying and pretty much have an unlimited budget, then Mykonos might be a better option for you than, let's say, Antiparos. I personally prefer Mykonos for partying and service, Paros for the most perfect and relaxed holiday and beaches, Rhodos for history and endless options of things to do, Naxos for windsurfing and water sports, and Santorini for stunning views and that unique cave life vibe. Now let's talk about when to travel to Greece. If you have a choice, May or June are excellent choices if you don't mind swimming in cooler waters. September is another excellent choice. Less crowds, beautiful weather, it's a paradise. You might also want to consider October. The only downside to October is that it does rain occasionally and a lot of places will start closing for the season. Now, let's talk about visiting Greece in July and August. Yes, it is hot, overcrowded, and overpriced. All those statements are true. If you must visit Greece in August, I would recommend doing it after the 20th. That's when you will have less crowds and better prices. And of course, fabulous people, please remember, Greece is wonderful during any season. Now you're probably wondering what's the best way to do Greek island hopping. When you start planning your vacation in Greece, please keep in mind that not all Greek islands have airports. Only the major ones like Santorini, Crete, Rhodos, Paros, Naxos, etc. So your best option is taking a ferry, which in my opinion is actually a much better option. You don't have to arrive hours in advance, pay extra for bags, go through security, or wait at the gate to depart. With ferries, you can arrive within an hour of departure. The tickets are extremely affordable, even for the first class. You always have good food and drink options, a bit overpriced, but you can also bring your own food and drinks. And you have incredible views of the sea and the islands. For everything you need to know about traveling Greece by ferries, check out my complete guide to Greek ferries in the description below. Now, a lot of people ask me if you need a car or any type of transportation on the Greek islands, and the answer is yes. With the exception of small islands like, let's say, Antiparos, to enjoy any of the Greek islands, including different beaches, villages, sites, or restaurants, you will need a car, a scooter, or an ATV. I'm personally not a big fan of scooters and ATVs, unless it's rented during the day just for fun. In my opinion, it's pretty uncomfortable to ride if you have a short dress on or you want for your hair to look nice in the evening. But if you don't mind all those things, then absolutely. Of course, depending on the island, you can rely on public transportation, but from my experience, it's not the most reliable and time-efficient option. Athens is an exception, and I strongly recommend to rely on public transportation or taxis in Athens. So, to have an absolute freedom and flexibility, and to take a full advantage of your stay on most of the Greek islands, I recommend renting a car. Alright, fabulous people, now let's talk about debit cards, credit cards, and cash. The first thing that you need to do prior to your travels to Greece is to notify your bank that you will be traveling. With some banks, it is not necessary, but with most banks, if you don't let them know in advance that you will be traveling to Greece, they will block your card when they see that foreign transaction. So it's always a good practice to notify your bank in advance. Now, a lot of you always ask me how much cash you should bring to Greece. Of course, it depends on many different factors, like for how long you're visiting Greece, things you plan on doing, etc. But I'd say definitely don't bring a lot. Here in Greece, you're able to pay for everything with a card. And starting this year, most places have payment terminals that allow you to add a tip on the card, which is still a pretty new concept for some European countries. Also, I personally prefer to withdraw euros from an ATM here in Greece versus ordering them at a local bank back home. Prior to your departure, I recommend to check with your bank to see if it offers foreign ATM fee refunds for using a foreign ATM. If you do decide to withdraw money from the ATMs in Greece, make sure to do so only at the bank ATMs. I would avoid standalone ATMs, the ones attached to a store, a kiosk, and definitely all the ATMs located at the airports. Finally, I would avoid exchanging your money at the exchange kiosks, as most of the time they will give you the worst rates. Now let's talk about one of the main reasons why people travel to Greece. Greek food, of course. Having a Greek grandmother made me fall in love with Greek cuisine since I was little. But when I made my first trip to Greece many years ago, I was obsessed. With an ancient tradition, Greek cuisine has been greatly influenced by both Eastern and Western cultures. And one of my favorite parts about Greek food is that it varies greatly with season and geography. For example, on Naxos, please do yourself a favor and try fried cheese with honey and sesame seeds. On Santorini, I had the best souvlaki and gyros. And I wouldn't leave Paros without ordering at least once Dakos salad. Of course, it's impossible to list them all in one video, so if you want to learn more about food in Greece, then I have tons of videos for you, like where to eat in Athens, Greece, typical dishes from the Greek island, where to eat the best Greek dishes, where to eat in Paros, Greece, and so much more. And a pro tip, if you also love Italian food, believe it or not, Greece has some of the best Italian dishes I've ever had. Says a lot coming from someone who has been living in Rome, Italy for years. Italian restaurants like Mario in Paros or Sergio's Italian restaurant in Rhodos will blow your mind. definitely give it a try next time you're in Greece. My next tip has to do with finding unique ways to explore Greece. There are so many creative things to do in Greece and unique ways to explore this one-of-a-kind country. Rent a sailboat for a day to explore nearby islands and swim in some of the clearest blue waters. Book a sunset yoga to relax and unwind. Challenge yourself in a new way by taking a windsurfing lesson or two. Or book a photo session to capture memories that will last you a lifetime. Save a little bit of space in your suitcase for shopping in Greece. If you guys love Greek style like I do, then definitely take advantage of visiting cute little small boutiques on any of the islands or in Athens. Because remember, you will not be able to get those pieces back home. Most of this kind of boutiques, they do not have online stores, so the only way to shop here is if you come here in person or do it through a personal shopper like myself. So definitely make sure to save some space in your suitcase for shopping. And if you want more videos on shopping in Greece, then definitely check them out. I have tons on my channel. And of course, fabulous people, there are so many small Greece travel tips that I can share with you. For example, if you plan on traveling to Greece during the peak season, July, August, and even September, then make sure that you are making reservations for everything far in advance. And I'm even talking about restaurants and beach clubs and activities, accommodations, obviously, because it is almost impossible to make reservations during the peak season when you're here in Greece. And if you want more of those tips, then definitely check out my videos, 5 things I wish I knew before traveling to Greece, and of course, the don'ts of visiting Greece. I have the entire library when it comes to Greece travel videos, so if you watch them, you will definitely be a pro at traveling Greece. Alright, fabulous people, thank you so much for watching this Greece travel guide. I'm sure that now you know exactly how to plan a trip to Greece. And of course, if you still have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in comments down below. Now wait, before you go and start packing for Greece, please remember to smack that like button. And if you're new to my channel and my vibe, and the vibe of this channel resonates with you, please consider subscribing. And I truly hope to see you all in the next video.